Hi, John Jay students of pad240. I'm Professor Jason Haber, as you know. We will not be having class on Tuesday, February 2nd. I mentioned last week that there was a possibility of a storm coming into town. I was scheduled to leave town on Tuesday the 3rd, but because it looks like a bad one, I'm going to be leaving on the 2nd instead during the middle of the day, so we will not be having class at all on February 2nd or on February 4th. Class will resume on February 9th. We're going to have a great class that night, and I want you to come prepared. However, this week there will not be class. That doesn't mean that you get off scot-free. There is going to be some work. But I think I've got some fun assignments for you. The first thing I want you to do is take a look at the recent news coming out of the mayor's office regarding the New York City budget deficit. This is something we talked about in class last week on the federal level, but then just this week, Mayor Bloomberg announced the city budget for the upcoming fiscal year, which looks rather daunting. There is a $4 billion budget hole that needs to be filled. So I want you to read about this. In your original email that I sent to you, you're going to see some article posts to the Daily News and the New York Post. I want you to also look at the New York Times and see what the coverage has been and what the news has been about the budget cuts, the tax increases, service cuts, user fees that will be imposed as part of this budget, and what this means for New Yorkers. In the assignment, I asked you to give me your reactions to the budget. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? And if you were the mayor's policy person, what would you implement? What would you recommend to the mayor? I'd be curious to get your thoughts back on that. Don't worry about the length of this assignment. This is an assignment just to get a sense for what your thinking is for the local budget. It can be a page, it can be more than a page. Don't restrict yourself. Really do some research, read about it, and I want you to share your findings with me when I get back into class. The other part of the assignment, which those of you who like to watch videos will really enjoy, are some selected talks from the TED conference. It's www.ted.com. That's the conference that I'm going to be at this next week, which is why I'm not going to be in class. But I've selected 3 for you to view. They range in minutes, I believe, from 6 minutes to 18 minutes in length. They're really good talks, and aside from the 3 that I wanted you to read, listen to, and watch, there are a couple others on there that I think you would really enjoy, so feel free to scan through the site, and I hope that you find it as interesting as I do. The 3 talks that I've picked out for you to watch are really important. They touch on a bunch of different topics, some that we'll be covering in detail this semester and some that we'll be looking at a bit. But they're important. I think you'll find them really interesting. I hope you get a lot out of it. If you have any questions, I will be checking my email. You can reach me, jasonhaber@gmail.com. Hope you have a good week, and I hope you are able to complete the assignments. They will be due on Monday the 9th when I'm back in class, so please turn them in then. The second half of the assignment, the TED talks, you can just share with me your reactions to them, what you thought about them, things you agreed with or disagreed with, your thoughts about the speaker.